All right. Well, hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Monterey Bay Aquarium live here on Twitch and YouTube for some Animal Crossing. It's Friday afternoon. Woo! My name is Emily. I am part of the social media team here at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I am this little avatar. You know me better as Monterey in game. The one with the bright red hat running around in circles, joined, as always, by my good buddy, my friend, my coworker, my agent of chaos, my terrible boy, Patrick.
Our terrible boy is
Our
here.
terrible
That's me.
boy is here.
Hey, everybody. This
Yay.
is Pat, also on the social media team, better known as Rick Etz of Punnery Row in the game. I'm the one. I will never change clothes, Emily, because if I try, I might disrobe again on stream. So I've got my little diver suit ready to go. I got my snorkel, got my rain hat, because famously Ed Ricketts, the biologist, did not enjoy getting his hair wet. And then I've got my first boots that I made back in the day. And I'm just going to go for a little
You're just
swimmy
going
swim.
for it. You're just going, okay.
Just right off the bat, because we can. And I'm back
All
on
right.
land. Or am I back in the ocean?
Not.
You can't tell.
Oh, no.
But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for being there on the chat over on YouTube. Thank you for being there over on Twitch. It's so good to see everybody. It's Friday afternoon. It's time for a loose live stream here from the Monterey Bay Aquarium social media team. Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, how is everyone doing? I hope that you've had a wonderful week so far. It's been a lot of fun seeing so many of you in the chats during some of the other streams that we've had going on this week. But we thought, hey, it's Friday. We should have a little fun, do a little Animal Crossing time. And we don't really have a plan, so who knows what will happen.
What we're gonna do is we are going to swim around, go diving, and do some fishing, because we haven't found all of the summer fish yet, or the July fish yet. Hello to everybody that is there in the chat. Yeah, we'll do some giant isopod hunting. Thank you everyone, by the way, for using the new GG Gups emote. Oh, we got a hype train coming. Of course, we got a hype train coming. Choo choo. All aboard the hype train, everybody. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty hyped to play some Animal Crossing with all of you folks once again. Use those emotes, and we're also going to have a special guest joining us a little bit later, and we'll have some announcements for all of you as well as the stream continues. So yeah, some fun things happening.
Yeah. No, we have not found horseshoe crabs yet.
There's horseshoe crabs.
There's horseshoe crabs in the game.
What?
I'm still so I haven't played at all since last Friday, since we had Nicole from the Getty Museum on the stream.
Level 2 hype train incoming.
Level 2
Emily.
hype train already.
For everybody
here.
over on YouTube, they're very confused. There's a hype train happening over on Twitch, YouTube friends. Thank you so much for being there. Yes, that's Octavian that was walking away angrily in the background. So yeah, for those of you wondering over on YouTube who the Cephalo friend is there on the beach.
He's the best buddy. Yeah, for anyone who knows the Animal Crossing world, Zucker is the best boy. He's just I'm sorry, Zucker. It's been a week since we last gamed, and so he's By
the way, I really feel like
right now.
I really feel like Animal Crossing should just adapt their language to haven't spoken to you in a week. Considering it's in a pandemic, every opening should be how you holding up. I haven't talked to you in a week. I hope the existential dread is going away a little bit, because I feel a little bit judgmental there. It's like, where have you been? Just like, I've been seeing things and doing things. Yeah, I just feel like we need to adjust. We need to adjust the dialogue to expectations of just like, I'm surprised you would get back to me, considering you were looking at gesturing at the whole world since I last saw you.
The world at large.
I'm basically every bit of dialogue should be, I'm surprised you're functional enough to talk to me, and then we should go on from there. Basically, or that's at least how I feel. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit.
Maybe. Patrick, I don't know if you noticed, but YouTube has changed its interface, and so it's totally throwing me off because I had the stream up and I was just like, oh man, where did the chat go? I couldn't find the chat, and now it's underneath the stream, and so just in case you were also panicking and going, I don't know what's going on.
Sorry.
We are social media professionals.
Yeah, and Emily, I don't mean to worry everybody in the chat there. No, I'm doing fine. Totally fine. It's just sometimes those villagers, they just seem a little bit judgmental, like, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. I'm just like, yeah, things have happened. Why don't you ask me why haven't I seen you in 2 weeks? Are you okay? That's what I'm trying to say, basically. Yeah, everything is good, everybody.
Everything
no
is
need
fine.
to worry. My boy.
I mean, the world at large is not fine, but
appreciate it, everybody.
Okay. Thank you for the love.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for the love right there. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we've got seaweed on the beach. We've got some fish in the water. But maybe, Emily, just for the folks that are here tuning in right off the bat, we can mention a little bit of the cool announcement that we have related to gaming and Twitch and all those things.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'll recap a little bit later. But Emily, let's tell the folks out there, we've got some really exciting stuff coming up here for next week for us here on Twitch.
Yes, we do. Stuff that has been in the works for a couple of months now, and we finally managed to have all of the stars and planets align in what will hopefully be an amazing time next week. So next week our schedule is going to be a little bit different than normal. We will still be running our live webcams from 10 to 5, well ish, from 10 a.m. till the afternoon, as we usually do, but instead of live streams with Pat and I, we are partnering up with Games Done Quick next week, GDQ. For those of you who are
thank you,
familiar
Muffins,
with them.
in the chat, who's been there for
huge shout out to Muffins.
Yeah, from day one, it feels like Muffins out there. So
yeah,
yay.
Muffins has not only been helping us with our streams behind the scenes, but she's also been helping us coordinate everything to make this happen. So Games Done Quick is going to be having an ocean week where all of the speed runs that they do are going to be with games that are kind of ocean themed, water themed games, and our staff, including Patrick and I, are going to be hopping in as commentators during those games to talk about the wonderful world of the ocean and video games over there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have, like I said, Patrick and I are going to be on. We have someone from Mbari who's going to hop in as a commentator for some of the games there. Shout out to Ben Irwin is going to be joining us next week, as well as some of our husbandry staff.
Whoa!
From around
Hype train success, everybody!
Yay!
Keep it going. Yeah, everybody's hyped on GDQ, Emily.
Everybody's yeah. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, they're going to bring, as you said before, Patrick, the speed runs. We are going to bring the speed puns.
Speed puns. That's right.
So if you want to check out the schedule for that, GDQ tweeted that out earlier this week. So we'll have our staff on Monday through Friday for Ocean Week there the entire time that they'll be streaming. Usually the streams start around 4 p.m. Some days it's a little bit later, around 5 p.m. Some days it's a little earlier, around 3 p.m. So go ahead and check out that schedule that they tweeted out earlier today. But it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. Although I do have to say, thank goodness that we have the professionals doing the speed runs through the game. I don't know, Pat, if you and I would make it through. It might be instead of a Games Done Quick, Games Done very, very slowly and poorly.
Games quick would be mine. Games quick would be my incarnation of that particular game. I mean, if there's a Konami code where I can just like fly through all the levels and point it out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see the pros do it, and then we'll just lend our particular brand of punnery on the stream, and hopefully that'll be great for their audience. It should be a whole lot of fun. Again, thank you to everybody who is going to be hanging out over there with us. So thank you in the future, but then also thank you everyone for buoying our spirits on this particular stream. And thank you to Muffins in particular for being tech support when we were first starting out and for getting us in touch with the Games Done Quick community. We're really looking forward to it. I know our staff is really looking forward to it as well. We get to talk to some animal experts, some ROV pilots. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun. There's that buoy there. Yeah, maybe let's just get some W's in the chat, everybody who happens to be watching, for Muffins and for GDQ.
Yes. Yeah, the whole team over there has been absolutely wonderful in helping us get this set up and going. So just all of the W's, all the GG gups in the chat.
All the GG gups, all the dubs. Look at those dubs go. That's awesome.
Look at all the, or if you have the more lot of love emote there, you can throw that one in there for them. I did see a couple of comments over on Twitch there about Splatoon. And that is actually, that's one of the games that they're going to be doing a speed run of during the Ocean Week over on GDQ. Of course, professionals playing that one, but that was actually a little bit of fun background. Many moons ago, when the idea was kind of first started to have Patrick and I play video games and talk about the ocean in them, Splatoon was actually the very first game. It was the inspiration behind us starting this. Splatoon didn't work out simply because I happened to get Animal Crossing at the beginning of quarantine and obsessed about that, and it's been a wonderful way to kind of get us off of off the floor here and get started with these streams. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of video games that we are hoping to play and hoping to get some of our aquarists joining us on to provide commentary about those. So Splatoon is definitely one of them. That one might come a little bit later on. We did just I don't think I even told Patrick this, but
whoa, wait, what?
We now
don't be pulling things out on stream, Emily. You know how prepared I like to be. You know,
I know
I don't do well off script.
No,
and I really,
you're definitely
you're
not.
Throwing this off the rails. I'm very
not
concerned.
a fan of spontaneity over there.
I can't believe you would do this to me. Yes, what's going on?
No, we now own Octodad. So,
yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
So
Octodad.
I'm so excited about that one. I am so ready to just be a floppy cephalopod trying to pass myself off as a human. So we have Octodad and we have Abzu. Are the next two games that we are hopefully gonna play with you all. So so yes. So those ones will be coming up in the future. So there will be a lot of cool stuff. So I guess multiple fun announcements today is GDQ and more games. We of course will continue to play Animal Crossing because this is the best game in the world. But yeah, all right. I see that you've already been busy diving, Pat. I've just been standing up here on shore.
Emily,
you got
look,
yourself a little
I found
moon
an
jelly.
urchin. The urchin was cool. I found a jelly. We've got chèvre in the background,
Yes,
our little goat friend.
Yeah.
Hey there, goat friend. So yeah, really excited for all of those things. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in to these broadcasts over all of that time. It's been great. And also thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you to all of the donated subs, and thanks everyone over on YouTube for tuning in as well. Just another announcement for the folks maybe tuning in on YouTube and here on Twitch is that if you have folks that are looking for something to subscribe to, we're very close to 100,000 followers over on YouTube. And if you tell your friends and family to subscribe to our YouTube channel, once we hit 100,000, we'll be able to offer memberships and other fun things over on YouTube, and it'll give us some fundraising capability as well for the aquarium. So just something for you folks out there. We'll try to keep bringing more content. Yeah, Endless Ocean 1 and 2, Abzu, etc.
Yep.
Oh, Shensekai Into the Depths is one option there from Angry Stoma.
I will add it to the list.
We'll
We have
add
a
that
list
to the
of
list.
like
We'll take a
30
look.
games, maybe even more at this point. I think probably close to 40 at this point. That we're gonna try and work our way through. So it'll take us a while, hopefully years. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do that without all of you. Without your support, we can't convince our bosses that yes, this is a valuable use of our time. So,
Oh no, it's a valuable use. It's a valuable use of our time, just maybe not, professionally. But yeah, no, this has been fantastic being able to share, of course, all of the wonders of the ocean with all of you folks out there. So yeah, anyway,
yes,
that's it.
yes,
Emily,
yes.
let's do some diving, and then we'll do some fishing maybe.
Yeah,
do you think?
absolutely. We still haven't caught all of the July fishes, so we can definitely do that. Yay, a scallop!
I'm gonna catch. I've caught only stuff that we've already caught before already, Emily. So I'm trying to increase the odds that the next thing that we find is going
That's
to be
a good point.
something.
I will just point out though that you also have a tendency to catch all the cool stuff in the game. So
Emily,
like,
I think I already used up all of my pro gamer strats and moves on the last couple of live streams here in a row. So just knowing my track record, I feel like what I'll end up doing is breaking the aquarium somehow. And Blather's yelling at me. That'll probably be what happens on this stream.
No, Tom Nook just gets disappointed in you. That's really what happens. So are you gonna catch that thing that's right underneath you?
No, I was going to read the chat. I was also
Okay.
trying to grab some water.
Okay.
all
Well,
at the same
it
time.
is important
but,
to hydrate.
way to call me out there in the middle of.
I'm so sorry, Pat. I'm so
kidding.
sorry.
Look, I caught
you caught
a
a
sea
little
star.
sea star.
That's so exciting.
Hey, buddy.
Here, Emily, if you want, we can go through the quick little echinoderm factoids here just to justify this stream. Everybody says that this is just a great use of their time, Emily. Look at how
Yeah,
nice they are.
yeah. We did have a question over on YouTube. Is swimming permitted in the bay right now? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Although
it is good.
is-
There is a Twitter account to follow if you feel like going swimming in the Monterey Bay. That is, I believe it's called Monterey Poo Patrol. It's an automated Twitter bot that lets you know if there have been high bacterial levels noticed in the Monterey Bay. So it's just good to know because every so often, there's some old septic along the Monterey Peninsula, especially
Yeah.
along Pacific Grove. So every once in a while, there are high bacterial levels due to human waste that you would not want to go in the Monterey Bay near shore. It's heavily monitored. Obviously, we're in the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary, but just in case
Every
you folks
now
out
and
there
then.
are interested in going swimming, it's a good idea to check the bacterial levels. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah. Another good thing to do if you happen to be local to anywhere. Find some accounts of local divers in your area too, because you never know what's happening out in the bay. Usually, if you're following them on Instagram and they're posting current pictures on there, it'll kind of let you know, like, hey, there's a bunch of jellies out there in the bay right now. Might not be the best time to go swimming unless you appreciate the Cnidarian love that you're gonna get. So, shout out.
And Cnidarian, if you know that Cnidaria means stinging animal, it's you're gonna test your nettle, as it were, not your metal, your nettle. Where's our pun count at, Emily? I feel like we've done a couple.
have
It's
done
pretty
like
low.
6 puns here, and I haven't been pressing my pun button at all. Okay, I'll catch up. I think I saw our mods in there who were helping out with some of those. The
we're at
first
2.
pun there. So
All right.
I'll throw a couple of them in there.
Good stuff.
And
It's it stings. Yeah. If you get stung by a jellyfish, or if you're out there swimming with Cnidaria and you happen to brush up against them, there's no need to call the police. All you have to do is call Sting. Does that work? Is that a good pun?
Oh, that was a bad.
Because
that
he's the
was a
bassist in
bad
the band.
joke. That was a bad joke.
I think that was appreciated by at least 2 people. Yes, the puns emote is back. That one hurt me. Perfect. There you
Yeah.
go. Nice. We're back.
Yeah.
So the so I mean, I see you, Emily, are swimming around. You found a sea star already. Got a moon jelly and anemone. The sea star, by the way, yes, Patrick sea star, starfish, whatever you
Yes.
prefer. But five-sided, I just went to Blathers and donated mine and mentioned that they've got little feet on them. They're known as tube feet, for those of you out there wondering, and it's part of a water vascular system that is unique to echinoderms. The other fun fact that they mentioned is that some sea stars can regrow their entire body from one arm, and I wanted to point out that that is specifically Lynchia is the genus. Not every sea star can do that, but Lynchia will actually bud off arms to create more of itself. And crown of thorns stars, I believe, are another type of sea star that can regenerate from very small bits of their bodies. And so crown of thorns have been invasive in some parts of the world. They are a venomous sea star. A friend of mine touched one when he first saw it, didn't know what it was, and got a nice little retort from the back of the sea star. But crown of thorns, I believe if you chop them up, they can regrow some of themselves from larger bits. And so that has helped to spread their population in certain areas. So yeah, just, you know, in our, Emily, as we continue to fact check Blathers everywhere that we go, those were some pretty solid echinoderm sea star facts that were shared there by our good friend.
Where are you in this Animal Crossing? Are you where I left
I'm
you
at
before?
the far end, top of the map, kind of exploring where we saw vampire squid previously.
Okay.
Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing, Yusq, over on Twitch Prime.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Oh, Skittles Nest is saying she didn't hear what I said. Her phone had a notification right when I said it. It was
I
probably,
mean, it might have been a good thing, but
yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure that was your phone telling you that you didn't need to tune into this particular bit. Let's see. Can anemones also bud like that?
yeah.
So certain species certainly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily, do you want to talk more about anemone reproduction?
Yeah, anemones are actually super cool when they come to their reproduction, because they can even just kind of bud off and like leave the spot that they were just on, but leave a little bit of them behind. And from that, they can actually regrow another anemone, some of those species there. So you can have them, they leave a little like foot disc behind, and then they pop over and it'll be the original one. Then right next to it is a clone of itself there. So they can clone themselves that way by kind of budding off a piece of their foot. But yeah, they also have sexual reproduction too. So the wild world of Cnidarian reproduction is pretty amazing.
Yeah, one type of anemone that I would recommend the folks out there look up is called the brooding anemone. Brooding anemones. We have a few in the local area that grow on. They grow on all sorts of algae out there, but brooding anemones are really adorable because they'll actually have their little babies nestled on the stalk, on the foot of the anemone, and so you can see the proud parental anemone there with her little babies there hanging out underneath her tentacles there, and so it'll look like an extra fuzzy anemone. So brooding anemone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just an anemone that reads a lot of poetry and goes to the jazz clubs and prefers to snap instead of clap. Those are brooding artist anemones would specifically be those, but brooding anemones are the ones that take care of their babies along the base of their bell. I hope that worked. I don't know if that was a good enough pun.
Well, I came up here to find you, Pat, and I haven't yet, so I'm just gonna keep on.
I'm all the
around.
way in the back, right by the net, but I'm currently treading water because I have to actually swim back to shore and release everything that I got. Okay, thankfully there are two people who have acknowledged how bad that pun was in the game. Oh, people are mentioning Hollow Knight would be a really good game for an entomologist to play with some bugs over there. Saltwater amphibians, Emily. I've never heard of a saltwater amphibian because I'm pretty sure that the osmoregulation or the maintaining of the salt and water balance in a saltwater amphibian is incredibly difficult. I don't want to say that it's not possible because it has occurred in evolutionary history, but are you familiar with any saltwater
I'm trying to think
like that
now.
are straight up amphibians at this point?
Straight up amphibians.
I can't think of any.
Yeah, off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, I feel like, you've got your reptiles, like your saltwater crocodiles and your marine iguanas and stuff kind of holding it down for the closely related groups over there. But I'm not aware of any saltwater amphibians at the moment. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. I'm just unfamiliar with them. For those of you who are asking, very unlikely that we'll ever be allowed to stream an M-rated game for the aquarium unless it's for just subscribers or something in the future. But we don't want to push our luck with.
Our legal team has to review all of the games that we submit to them, and even Splatoon was iffy at one point, simply because it is technically a first-person shooter game there. So it took some convincing to get approval for that one. So there's probably not going to be any like PUBG streams or anything like that happening.
This is people are saying both on YouTube and on the Twitch chat here that apparently there is a tiger frog that is crab eating in Google. I'll have to look that up.
Oh.
Also, Emily, we heard a trooper, I believe.
We did hear a trooper, which means that
we heard a trooper pup. So trooper is coming up here.
I also just realized that, and I didn't notice this before when I was setting the stream up, that my OBS is in a totally different view than what I normally have. So that'll be fun for me. It's fine. It's okay. But we got Troop. Yeah, just the little jingles of Troop. She's being a good girl right now.
Well, and honestly, we didn't even know how successful streaming Animal Crossing was going to be, everybody. Like, back at the beginning of the coronavirus lockdown, it was really, we figured this might be a good way to try to start some Twitch streaming. And we are honestly floored by how not only how great the game ends up being for a virtual world where we can't go and see each other in this pandemic times, but also just how supportive all of you folks have been. So it's been a really amazing time just learning how this works. I believe this is a perfect time right now for everybody in the chat to give some W's, some GG gups again to Emily for the pro gamer setup that she has engineered in whole cloth from her living room. So if we could just get some Emily appreciation with her pro gamer moves happening right there in the. I'm not even going to ever try to change wardrobe ever again. I don't understand how it works, but great job there, Emily. You look great. You look fantastic. Pro gamer just sounds so much better than adequate gamer, which is the level of gamer that I feel I am. Adequate button masher. Is thank you for all of the GG gups. Look at all the GG gups. Thank you. Look at that. I will give you. I saw there was a request for trooper facts. So I will give you a couple of trooper facts. I can wax poetic for about trooper. Which, by the way, if you're waxing poetic, is that always done by candlelight or like how does that? Yes, always. Candlelight, candle bright, waxing poetic. Boom. Okay. That was a two-parter pun. You're welcome, everybody. No. Oh boy. Keep going. What's up, Emily? What's happening? Sorry, you distracted me from. I know. Tell the folks what's happening. Pro gamer moves over here. As I swim in the background. Yeah. I got distracted by that too. I saw you catching some sea grapes out there. Trooper is our stream dog. She's our social stream media pup. She lives with me, and her best friend is Patrick. I like to think after myself, but some days it's not always obvious. It was we met on a we really bonded on a 4th of July where I rescued her from the sky apocalypse as she hid between my legs. Yeah. So that's how Trooper and I met and became
Yeah,
best buds.
that's how they become best buds. But no, she is a rescue dog. I rescued her myself when I lived in Arizona, and she is now 11 years old. Well, she'll be turning 11 in September. So she is a senior puppo. She is a very, very good girl, though. So she is the best. And
Yes, absolutely the best.
Those will be the Trooper facts for today.
Emily, switching gears entirely, there are some folks over on YouTube that are asking about the American paddlefish and sturgeon hybrid. Have you heard about this?
A hybrid between them?
Yeah, so my understanding, and I did a cursory survey of this story when it came across, but the idea is that the sturgeon that they were working on, I forget exactly which species it is, but the sturgeon that was being worked on is a critically endangered species, or maybe it was the American paddlefish, one way or the other. One of the two species was critically endangered. I believe it was the sturgeon.
It would probably be the sturgeon.
It would be
if
the
it was
sturgeon,
a
yeah.
Russian
And so
sturgeon,
what ended up happening is researchers were trying to figure out how to encourage the sturgeon to reproduce asexually. We've mentioned it on this stream before. It's known as parthenogenesis, when the females can basically take one of their eggs and self-fertilize it, turn one into a fully grown baby sturgeon. But unfortunately, what ended up happening instead, so they had these animals all together, and they had extra paddlefish in there, and the idea was that the females would have no males around, and it would encourage parthenogenesis. But instead, they ended up hybridizing. They ended up hybridizing together, and I forget exactly. I'm sure the chat will be able to look it up or like find it. But there's now a new portmanteau of sturgeon and paddlefish where they ended up hybridizing because sturgeon are so old, apparently. Well, this was the justification I saw, but we would need a fish geneticist to really help us out. But the supposed justification is that sturgeon are so ancient that they don't have the same type of defense against hybridization, or they're able to hybridize with more different things, basically, because they're less specialized, is my understanding. The sturtlefish, is that what they ended up calling it? Skittleness?
Amazing.
The sturtlefish. Yeah, so look it up. I'm sure I got some of those details wrong, but there were some folks that were asking over on YouTube what was happening there. And yeah, it was a study with an endangered sturgeon trying to figure out if they could encourage some parthenogenesis. And now we've got a new hybrid out there, the sturtlefish. Yeah, exactly. Some sturgeon sturgery will be necessary in the future. There you go. Emily, have you caught a sturgeon in game is the question.
I did before I had to destroy Paradise.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring that up, Emily.
That's okay. It was a dark time, but it led to better times.
There's also a type of fish that is rather famous. You folks may have heard about it. It's called the Amazon molly. Which is famous for being only female for many, many generations. And then I forget exactly how many generations in, but there was one year where out of nowhere, suddenly there were all of these males, and there was a frenzy of sexual reproduction in this, what was thought to be a completely asexual species. And the mollies suddenly had males to sexually reproduce with. They spawned new babies, and then there were no more males, and they went back to being an all-female species for a while there. And the idea behind that is that the more that you are asexually reproducing, you start losing genetic variability. You really need sexual reproduction to kind of mix your genetics up, makes you more resilient to disease and other mutations and things. And so I believe, Emily, you're the evolutionary biologist. Is it called Mueller's ratchet? Is that the term for it? I believe. Well, basically, the idea is that the more generations of asexuality you have, the more likely you can introduce genetics that are bad for the whole population because there's less diversity. And then every so often, you just got to mix things back up. With a bout of sexual reproduction, then you're back to being Amazon molly is completely female species. Oh. So that's a story that I remember.
I have something fast over here, Patrick.
Something very quick. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Very
Dive.
fast.
Dive. Oh gosh, it's going so quickly. Monty, swim faster. Monty, swim faster.
Where are you, Emily? I can come and help. I can help corral.
I'm over to the far back right.
Far back right. Okay, I'm heading towards you, I
come on.
think.
Come on.
I can help corral. Oh my goodness. Emily, I can see you on the stream. Where are you?
Go faster, Monty. Go faster.
Where are you? Emily, I'm coming.
I'm over
Emily,
here,
I'm coming to
Patrick.
help. I'm swimming. I don't know where I am.
Okay, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna catch it. Oh gosh.
You got it, Emily. Just tire it out. Tire it out. You got this. Come on, everybody. Oh, there you are. There you are, Emily.
Oh,
Okay, which
Come
way?
on.
Which way is it swimming? I'll dive in front of it.
now it's over here. But then you're gonna catch it.
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna catch it. I'm just gonna swim.
uh-huh,
I'm just gonna swim
uh-huh.
towards it.
Uh-huh.
I won't
No.
catch
Oh
it.
gosh. Now it's going this way.
Here,
Oh,
around it. I'll go
why
around
am I
it.
so bad at this?
I'll go around it. I'll head it off.
Oh gosh. Now there's two of them. Okay, you chase that one. I'll chase this one.
This one. I'm going for the other one. I will be smarter than this. We got this, everybody. We would appreciate as much love and support in the chat as possible as we try to chase down
Whatever
the
this is.
Kraken. The Kraken.
It better be a Kraken. Oh my goodness. My thumb is getting so
Oh,
tired.
I got you. No, come on.
No,
Oh, everybody, come on.
it keeps on turning like right when I dive. Oh gosh.
Come on, everybody.
Monty, come up.
Let's get
Okay.
the love like Tinkerbell right now. We need your support in the chat like never before. What is happening?
Go Monty, go. Go Monty, go. Go Monty, go.
Come on, Emily, you can do this.
I'm swimming as fast as I can. My thumb is so tired. So tired from pressing A.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna head it off. I'm just gonna swim away from the
Okay,
bubbles.
I'm gonna let it like sit for
Make
a
it
second.
seem like I don't care. Let's make it seem like I don't
and
care.
then go, Monty, go. Go,
Now there's
Monty,
two
go.
that are fast. What? And I can't
That's
catch
what
either
happened
of them?
before. Oh, I'm so close. Monty, go. Oh, come on. Okay, we're pausing.
Oh, I think I got it. I think I got the fast one.
Ooh!
Yes!
No! No!
I'm just gonna hang out. You got yours.
No,
You
I
got yours. Keep going. Keep going, Emily. Keep going, Emily. You got this. Everybody, I'm gonna be in the chat
it's
with
gonna
the,
be fine.
with the,
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna do it a little. Nope.
with
okay.
the gups. With the
Okay.
everybody. I'm.
Everything's okay.
This is me in the chat now with the GG gups. For Emily, we got. Let's go. Let's go, everybody.
Let's go.
He needs us. Let's go.
No.
She needs
nope,
us.
Nope. That's not gonna work. Okay.
You got this, Emily.
Okay.
You got this. You got the cool puffin. Looking at you in the chat. You got this,
This
Emily.
is so embarrassing. No.
You're good, Emily. It's fine. Cut it off a little bit ahead and then drift back towards it is what people are saying potentially. You got this, everybody. Yeah, wade towards it is what they're saying. Swim slowly on the surface, potentially. That could be a pro strat. Could be a pro strat.
I'm gonna go up here.
Just I'm a little Monty. I don't wanna catch you. I just wanna swim over by the net. I'm a little Monty. I don't wanna catch you. Actually, maybe I do. You got this, Emily. Oh man, it is silent over in Emily's
I'm so
house. We are
focused right
full
now.
Concentrated. Full concentrated.
Okay,
Be
we're
right
gonna go
over
down
it, then
here.
dive, they say. That is what is being
You're
said.
just gonna go sneakily up that way and go,
Okay.
and go. Oh my gosh! Did I get it?
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Patrick!
What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? Yes! Giant isopod.
I got a giant isopod!
Yes, Emily. Yes. Yes. Well done, everybody. Over on YouTube, you're being really quiet in the chat right now. We need some W's in the chat. We need some love over there. Everybody on Twitch, spam those emotes as hard as you can. Emily, you caught the roly-poly of the deep sea.
I got my buddy.
Incredible. Incredible. Wow. This is so exciting, Emily, because we've actually had some giant isopods at the aquarium and some of our R&D for a deep sea exhibit previously. So we've gotten to see these wonderful bugs. I hope if Blather says anything mean about this discovery, we're going to have some words. It's going to be straight multiple hands. Emily, I can't show you what I found, but
did you? Well, not right now, but we'll see what you found
incredible.
here. I don't care. I don't care what you found.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter.
I don't care what you found because I found a giant isopod, Patrick.
You did, and that is...
I don't know if you realize what I am holding in my hand right now.
It's the rarest one, right?
It is the best. It is the best one.
It's the best one, yes.
I mean, okay, like, Buffy is great and all, my Dracula Mari, my vampire squid there, but, I mean, she is no giant isopod. Should we talk about giant isopods, or do you want to show me what you got first? What should we do?
Oh no, keep talking about giant isopods while we're in the giant isopod zone. Everybody, if you are just watching this, not visually, welcome to our giant isopodcast. I'll be your best terrible boy Pat over here, just gushing over critter capture elite extraordinaire Emily, who has found one of the coolest stories of the deep sea, because not only do we have deep sea gigantism in full view, but we all are big fans of roly-polies on land. And you just found the largest of all roly-polies. The largest of the
roly-polies.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Patrick, we've been really fortunate to actually have these at the aquarium behind the scenes. And, we have this little pool back there for them, and we would get to go in there and actually pet the isopods very gently, but pet the isopods. But yes, there are I want to say like almost 20 species of giant isopods in the world, so it's hard to tell exactly which species of isopod this is, but they live in deep cold dark waters, the deep sea, and like you said, Patrick, an amazing example of gigantism in the deep sea. So the deep sea is just this amazing place filled with so many just magical creatures down there, but you see both examples of animals that become extraordinarily tiny when you live in the deep sea, which is a great way to survive when you think about it down there as far as evolution goes. You know, when we talk about like the spookfish, oftentimes people, they see that barrel eye, that spookfish there, they see pictures and videos of it and they imagine it as this huge fish in the deep sea, when in reality it's just a couple of inches long. That is a fish that just over time has become very small, because when you're in the deep sea, you really don't know when that next meal is going to arrive for you. So being smaller means that you can conserve that energy. You can, eat a nice big meal, and that meal is going to sustain you for a very long time. But then you also have examples in the deep sea of gigantism, where animals just get so much larger than the examples or their very close relatives that are either in shallower waters or even here on land, as in the case of this giant isopod here. Because, we have isopods that live all over the ocean. If any of you are locals here in California and ever gone swimming out in the Pacific Ocean and hung out in the kelp forest. There are tiny little isopods that hang out on the kelp blades, and you know, you can find isopods all over the place, but these giant isopods really you only find in the deep sea down there. You know, you also find examples of other animals that you know, have gotten huge in the deep sea, like giant squids and colossal squids. But really, giant isopods are just absolutely amazing feats of nature down there.
Yeah, and they're cute too.
They're
you know,
adorable.
we will not tolerate any weird, scary, freaky, whatever, you know, people have used to describe these animals in the past. They are absolutely adorable. They do have very sharp feet. That is largely to help them gain purchase on the carrion and other scavenging that they are doing, but they are adorable. They are some of the best organisms you could possibly think of down there in the deep sea. We love our isopods, and this is just so exciting there, Emily. Very
so excited.
very well done.
I don't know if you know this, Patrick, but in game, when you place them on your island,
they pop
in the tank that they're in, they pop up, they pop out of it, and they
they
poke their little heads out, and it's the cutest thing in the world.
And so we've talked about the tongue eating isopod on our Seat of Curséd Knowledge previously. This is not one of those. This is a little basically think of this one as an articulated seafloor Roomba going around and looking for things to munch on with its buddies. I believe the most famous or the most viral recent thing related to giant isopods outside of Animal Crossing, Emily, that was when some researchers put the camera on the sunken, was it a crocodile or an alligator that they had down in the deep sea? And you had giant isopods that were coming over and eating it. So that's something to look up there as well. Emily.
Sorry.
Oh, and we should also point out that something in this game is that the rare ones are ones that swim away from you, but you would not have a hard time chasing after a giant isopod in the deep sea. Just so you folks know, they do not actually swim that closely.
And sorry, I was quiet there for a second, Patrick, while you were talking. We might have our special guest joining us here. In
boy,
second.
do we have some good news for her.
Well, yeah, she saw us catch the isopod, and so I don't know if but keep an eye on our Zoom call there in case she needs to be let in. But
will do. Yeah.
But yeah, that was an alligator in the deep sea.
It was an alligator in the deep sea. Yeah. So alligator, deep sea, giant isopod. That is your Google search homework
right there.
For everybody that is currently watching. So gross out your friends with some deep sea scavengers. This is certainly the cutest one. I like, Emily, just there's a little bit of mirroring happening. The screenshot that I shared on Twitter is me holding up the mantis shrimp, and then now below is you holding up the giant isopod very proudly. Yes. So killing it with the crustaceans and arthropods.
I love it.
On this particular.
I love it.
This is so great. Well, Emily, do you want to swim the shore and see what I caught?
Yes. Well, my controller fell asleep because I got so excited about talking about isopods here. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're
swimming to shore over here. And thank you, everyone, for just sticking with us in that high-paced, action-packed chase of the giant isopod. Well done, Emily.
We did it.
Very, very well done.
Where on land did you go? Did you go to the right or the left? I'm going to the right.
I went to the mini beach that has the sandcastle.
Okay, that's where I'm heading.
Yeah, mini beach with the sandcastle. Oh, yes, we are krilling it. Sorry, the Mandalay. We are krilling it. We need some puns in there.
We really do.
And by the way, you know, if you ever have a roly-poly that is getting into photography and they're kind of wondering how to increase their personal artistic sensitivity, what you're talking about is not an isopod, but an isopod. That is a nerdy photography pun. Yeah, but I mean, I'd say, you know, the resolution or the graininess on the isopod that you just caught there.
The resolution. Come on now.
Oh yeah, the graininess of your isopod there. I'd say you're probably ISO 200 or lower. It was pretty sharp looking there. Oh, it would be a roly Polaroid. That's right, Positronic.
Oh, that was a good one,
Oh,
Positronic.
photographic ISO pods are roly Polaroids. Emily, sorry, before I reveal my clam, I believe we need to do a little bit of work here.
A giant clam?
Oh, I guess I did already reveal it. Dang it.
You
Yes.
spoiler alerted yourself.
I got the giant clam.
Yay!
Woo! Look at me go. Thanks, everybody. Way to bury the lead. Yes. Yeah. Well, so Emily, I found a giant clam.
Oh, she's beautiful.
For those of you folks, we have had a few people tweet at us and ask us. We have had a few people ask us about different organisms, whether or not they swim quickly. A giant clam, a gigas clam like so, does not swim fast at all. No, that's just the game trying to make it a little bit harder for you to get the really rare stuff. But you'll notice how beautiful blue this giant clam is, the blue and sort of green texture in there. And that's because giant clams are very similar to corals in that they have zooxanthellae or zooxanthellae, which are a type of symbiotic algae that live in the tissues of the giant clam and feed the giant clam from sunlight energy. They photosynthesize in the tissues of the clam and they feed the clam with the sugars and products of photosynthesis there. So what you're looking at there is a clam that has basically become its own solar panel. And they'll also feed on passing little bits of food, of course, but giant clams like this, we have had some of them at the aquarium. And the really fascinating thing is that if you have a giant clam in perfect conditions, they can grow to be super massive in a very short amount of time. But if you have them in conditions that aren't so good, they'll live a long time but grow rather slowly. So it's really hard to tell how big a clam is or how old a clam is based on its size because it has more to do with sunlight and good water conditions. But they can live over 75 years, giant clams can. And they've also been known to be a potential hazard for divers in areas where they're around free divers in particular, because if you were to step in this giant clam, it might close down and clamp down on your body part, not letting you reach back up to the surface. So I know, Emily, you did a really good job of chasing down your isopod, but I cheated death off camera with my character there going after this giant clam. I really feel like people should appreciate the sacrifices that Ricketts has made for this content. But look at that beautiful giant clam. Look at our wonderful photosynthetic friend here hanging out.
Patrick, I don't know if you noticed, but we did have a suggestion in the Twitch chat.
Yes.
From KN Hart to name our clam Solar Pam, the giant clam.
Solar what?
Solar Pam, the giant
Solar
clam.
Pam, the giant clam. I like that. Solar Pan, P-A-N, like solar panel? Or solar Pam, like Pam the spray?
P-A-M, like Pam the spray.
All right, Solar Pam,
like
the giant
final
clam.
Pam from Monster Factory.
Okay, I like it. Let me make sure to write that down. Solar Pam, the giant clam. It is. That's going to be mine. We'll have to figure out one for yours.
We have to figure out, something for my isopod.
Yes.
Look at this success right here.
This is a winning combination here. We're crushing it. This is very exciting.
Look at those. Beautiful.
Emily, our special guest is here in the chat.
I hear her, which means I have
I've been lurking for a while, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Rachel is here. Everybody say hello to Rachel, the other best third of the social media team. There she is. She's up on screen.
I was screaming so loud when the isopod came out.
Yes.
Isopod. You know I do. You both know I have a plush. You know, Gary. Gary the giant isopod that I cuddle and love. And just seeing this makes my heart so happy. They're so cute. You just want to cuddle them. Oh my god. Oh, and there's a great name suggestion for this one too.
CJ Roomba.
CJ Roomba.
CJ
Like
Roomba.
DJ Roomba from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
So good.
1,000%. That's going to be its name.
Pretty great.
It's
So
CJ
we got
Roomba.
CJ Roomba?
Yeah,
CJ Roomba.
Like SEA.
CJ Roomba.
Yeah.
And we could say that Roomba is short for room, like rooming in the abyss in some way. Is there a way of getting the abyss in there? I mean, Roomba already has MBA in it, so Monterey Aquarium is in there.
It's true.
But
and
Roomba abyss? No.
No,
Room
I think
abyss.
it's okay with just CJ Roomba because it's also describing its role in the deep sea as
I know.
as
I'm
a
just trying to
Detroit
add to
lore.
some of the lore
Okay.
already. What it's in the abyss. It's CJ Roomba. Okay.
Okay.
I'm so
Give it a kiss. It's from the abyss. It's CJ Roomba.
It's CJ Roomba.
Something like that. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna tweet out that we have a giant clam, a giant isopod. To
Yeah, I
Twitter.
left
I think they'll appreciate it.
Yeah. I wanted to keep this up on screen for a while there. One, because I am very proud of our accomplishments.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Do
Rachel,
I
I'm so
ever
glad that
remember how heavy do giant clams get? I remember it's like this horrific giant number.
It is a
It's-
horrific giant number.
It's
yeah.
several hundred pounds, but is it thousands of pounds? No.
I don't think
Uh-oh.
it's
We're
thousands.
gonna have to look that up.
Of
It's
pounds.
several hundred.
Yeah, I'm gonna
for
look that one
sure.
up.
Yeah. All right, Rachel's on it.
If
I'm on
it
it.
is, though, I mean, Rickette's strongest man alive right there.
Strongest man.
I mean,
I got 500 pounds, 4 feet in length.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Wow.
Holy moly.
wow, holy mollusk.
Holy
Mollusk. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's odd. Ugh. Can we look at its face? Is there a way to look at its little isopod face?
So do I have to
I can place it. So I can
You
run
can-
to my house right now and place it, and then we can
Do it.
Oh gosh,
I just want to see its little
now
face.
I am an agent of chaos over here. We're running this way.
That's right. You've learned from the greatest.
Well,
I'm
to
pretty
be fair,
excited
I
about
am
that.
very distracted by the fact that I have a giant isopod now. So, oh,
I'm so happy right
this
now.
is a great day.
We did it, everybody.
It's because you were watching, Rachel. We had the Rachel blessing on stream.
Yeah. Last time I was here, it was just like it was Shark Bonanza.
It's true. You're good luck. So you always have to be here. I hope you know that now.
I will.
Hey, Emily.
Hey, Pat.
I'm being an agent of chaos, and you can't see me do it.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Pat, we also have to figure out a name for my house cockroach because I refuse to kill it because it's adorable. So,
Did Wally's cockroach in the movie Wally? Did that one have a name?
well, no,
The one that
because there
went
wasn't
into the-
really any like language in that.
Oh,
in that
right.
movie. Yeah.
But it was a cute cockroach. It was in the Twinkie. Remember? Oh, I love that part.
Yeah. Look at it.
Could it be called La Cucaracha?
Oh
Just-
my gosh! Look at this! Look at this good boy.
Is he just in a bin?
Yeah, he's
He's
like
just hanging out?
he's just poking its little head out over the bin. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
did
I'm
you
on
know
the ground.
they have marsupial pouches? They carry their
Yes!
babies on
Their
their
little
abdomen.
Tell us
brooding
about it.
pouches.
Tell the
us,
folks about
Rachel.
it,
Tell us
Rachel.
about their
Oh my
brooding
God.
pouch.
So, when giant isopods
Look at that face. Oh my God.
It's
What?
the best.
Look at that face. Oh my God. With the coelacanth in the background.
I can't even.
How is this
Straight
not the
ahead
greatest?
rendering. Oh wait.
How is this not the greatest game ever?
Oh, look at its Oh my God, guys, I'm dying.
Hi
Okay.
everybody, my name's CJ
Oh my
Roomba. I'm in
This
the
is-
top. Hi everybody.
Okay, I'm dying. I'm
I'm
dying.
dying right
I'm
now,
really
too.
poorly.
Oh. Dear goodness. So when an isopod mommy and an isopod daddy love each other very much and poof, you make babies. The females will actually carry around the juveniles on their stomach. Actually, I think it's eggs first, and then this photograph I saw all these little juveniles sitting on mom's belly, and it's called a marsupial pouch. So imagine all these little roly-polies writhing around on mom's belly as she's carrying them around when they're little, and then lets them go out into the abyss afterwards. They're so cute. A lot of people think that giant isopods are nightmare fuel, but like, look at that face. How is that nightmare fuel? It's like the cutest thing.
No, and especially when you're talking about the marsupial pouch like that, Rachel. I mean, you can't say anything other than you're awesome little seafloor possum. I mean, that is just.
Ooh, someone said kangaroomba.
Kangaroomba.
Oh, CJ Kangaroomba.
Mecca, dude. CJ Kangaroomba? Are you kidding me?
CJ Kangaroomba. She's a good girl.
Is that an upgraded name?
Oh,
yeah.
Or that's the nickname?
She's such a good girl.
Okay, but can we also talk about the adorable sounds the cockroach makes in the back? I don't know if you can hear them, but I'm going to turn the volume up.
Wait.
I want it to be named Wally the cockroach, but that's not that fun. It should have.
I like Wally. Okay, wait for it to walk by.
Oh, those are little cute little pitter patters. Especially now that it's got a big crustacean, bigger kangaroo mate to hang out with. This is so great. Just to have a giant isopod. This
hanging out with my coelacanth and the best
Emily,
game ever.
Somebody on YouTube, Jack, is suggesting Papa for the roach. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Papa Roach?
Yeah, I get it.
I
got the pun. Yeah, I got the pun.
It's right there. It was right there the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Celestina is being traumatized by the pitter patter of our little cockroach feet.
Sorry, Celestina. Oh, there's also Kafka as an offering from James.
Oh, Editor Deb says that the cockroach in Wall-E is called Hal Roach.
Hal
also makes sense. Huh. Well, for the movie, makes sense.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
There are very divided, mixed feelings here in chat over whether or not the cockroach is adorable and whether or not the isopod is adorable.
Well, we know the isopod is adorable.
We know the isopod is
questionable whether or not the roach is adorable.
In real life,
I mean, I'll just say that, like,
I will also say, like, in real life, if a cockroach was doing that in my house, I would not be a big fan. But only in the game. Mostly 90% because of the pitter patter of its little toes.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but in quarantine times, I've started naming some of the daddy long legs and other spiders that are hanging out in places that don't bother me. So, I've got a few leggy boys that are hanging out. So I appreciate the cockroach discussion.
Leggy boys.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is great. This is so. I mean, can we just appreciate this moment in gaming where you have a coelacanth in the background with a giant isopod, a cockroach running around? It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty great.
I feel like I gotta go get Gary and cuddle him. Just
please do.
To hug an isopod right now.
Yeah,
I need it.
Yeah, Gary needs to be a part of this.
Emily, can I come in and look at the?
Yeah, you can
too?
come in. You can come in now. Come say hi to CJ.
I want to say hi to CJ Kangaroomba.
Just don't step on my roach.
I'm not going to step on your roach.
Okay.
Hi. You're the best.
Because of the this slight lag, it looked like you slid into the room when you entered on stream.
Hey.
Hey. It's Ricketts.
Well, that's pretty sweet, Emily. What else can we possibly
Killjoy Lights just let us know that the horseshoe crabs don't come out until 9 p.m. So I would have to kick you out, bump forward in time, and then we could search. So it's up to you if we want to do that.
Should we go fishing? Or should we go I prefer the diving mechanic.
Rachel,
honestly,
you are the guest on the stream.
Hey, Rachel, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? You want to go fishing or do you want to look for some horseshoe crabs?
Can we go diving and then look for horseshoe crabs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll leave the island, Emily.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. It's been sweet.
Get out of here.
I'm going to go donate my giant clam because I'm awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is so good. I am impressed.
I'm very excited for when when we can eventually have you as an avatar on the island as well.
Oh gosh, I want that so bad.
It'll happen. It will. We just need the stars to align so that we can
I love
for one to actually be in a store for us to buy.
Emily and Rachel, it's really funny because like there are a lot of people both on Twitter and on Twitch here that are talking about real crab hours, who up, and then like real isopod hours, who's up, because of all the time travel that can happen in the game.
Hold on, Pat, real quick. Muffins just joined the chat, so everyone right now.
Hey, Muffins!
Hi, Muffins! Throw all of the W's and all of the GG gups in the chat for Muffins
and for GDQ.
Yay! We're so excited for next week. Yay!
Let's say hi to Muffins and thank Muffins so much for all of the tech troubleshooting that Muffins has done for us for the aquarium, and also for setting up next week's Ocean Week with games done quick. GDQ hype, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the GG Gups going. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can also thank Muffins for the return of the puns emote because we had removed it to replace with an emote that was not approved, and then we kind of forgot that we had that open slot, and then Muffins mentioned that we needed the puns back, and so there's the puns back. It's a GDQ Muffins special with the pun button back in place.
And for those of you who missed the last stream, the Bafka is now known as the sock. So that has been a change in lore that has happened.
What does it stand for now?
So Bafka was Bench of Forbidden Knowledge,
Right.
and then we were informed that that is not an acronym that we should be using. And we 1000% agree. So we had to come up with a new name. So now it is now the SOC, which is the Seat of Cursed Knowledge. So, now we have the Seat of Cursed Knowledge, the SOC.
The SOC.
So we'll come up with a good emote at some point in time for the SOC.
And the SOC as well is Curséd. You know how sometimes you see
Curséd,
it with the little accent on there. It's the so we pronounce it. So it's the Seat of Curséd Knowledge, just to be extra fancy. Or French.
It's true.
Well, I'm back on my island running around. It's an absolute disaster zone over here, Emily, as I have yet to pick up anything that I've dropped.
That's okay. I'm sure that this is very exciting for the stream to be watching
but
right now.
But do you know what I'm going to do, Emily,
travel.
right now? And no one else is going to be able to see it, but what I'm going to do right now, Emily?
You're going to put your clam in your museum
I am, but I'm also going to sell the cherries, the pears, the peaches, and the oranges that I stole from your orchard. Oh, he's chaotic. Oh, no. He's chaotic.
My peaches. My cabbages.
Y'all weren't even looking. Everybody else was so excited about Rachel joining the stream, and I was in the orchard being my good
No.
I didn't take all of them. I only took a couple because I've never actually seen any of those other fruits other than the pears. So much fun for me. That was great.
I'm glad that you are having a good time there, kiddo.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for the 4,800 bells, Emily.
Dang, you took well, I guess it's not that much.
I took one tree's worth of each.
For each. Yeah.
I think that everybody should be more on my team about how sly I was. I stole on stream. By the way, don't
hold on. I forgot I had to do this. There we go. Close software.
Oh, I guess I should have planted them. You're right, young cute. When I'm back, I'll plant them.
Yeah, you can steal more and then you can plant them.
I needed to pay Red real quick. So I don't have any art.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Only on
I know everybody
Only
keeps
on a
judging me for how I
Friday
play this
stream.
game. And need I remind you, everybody, that I don't play this game. I just stream it for work. It's a very different thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right, let's see here. It's almost loaded.
Nice.
Just very slow.
Are you going to invite me back to your island, Emily, or have I lost privilege?
Yeah, I guess I'll let you back. It'll be okay. See, but then you can plant. Yeah, you can steal some more fruit so you can plant.
I'll plant them. I'm sorry,
Yeah, so
everybody.
you
I
can
just
grow
needed to
your
buy
own.
this painting from Red so that I could start my own art museum finally.
Marina, don't you dare. I see that thought bubble above your head. You're never
See?
leaving
Okay,
this island.
Killjoy Lights. Thank you.
You are never
Thank
leaving
you.
this island, Marina. Okay, sorry. I had to threaten one of my neighbors real quick.
Always important.
Yeah.
What was that?
She had a thought bubble above her head, which probably means that she wants to move off of the island. And what she doesn't realize is that she's here forever.
You can keep them there forever. They can't leave.
Yeah. Well, if they ask you, like, hey, I want to move, you can say, no, don't. Don't leave me. Never leave me.
Ooh, Blathers is saying giant clams can be 6 feet and 600 pounds and live 100 years old. Interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting, Blathers.
Celestina, it's been long enough in between the neighbors coming to from a new neighbor moving into the island that it's more likely that she wants to move out than she wants to give me a gift right now. So I'm just
because of things you've said, Emily.
I'm just gonna
how you stalk her in the night and say you can never escape from Monterey Bay Island.
Once I have all of our penguin neighbors, then I'll start answering the thought bubbles above the heads of the neighbors that we want to keep forever. So yes.
Mythus in chat, when no one was looking, Patrick took fruit. He took 12 fruit. That's as many as 3 4s, and that's terrible. What else do you expect from you, terrible boy? I hope you all appreciate my dedication to not playing this game in any ways that it's meant to.
I think we all find it pretty entertaining.
Okay, great. Thanks to our amazing fan artists, we do have a terrible boy emotes that we might be able to do.
Oh boy, that's true. Pat, the dodo code is up on screen. It's NLBQ9.
Coming up to the airport. So what y'all want to talk about while I
It's a good question. Well, I'll hop in the ocean right now.
Okay.
While we're waiting for you to come over.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't see it.
NLBQ9.
Okay. Go for some night swims. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I do want to point out that in the actual ocean at night recently, Emily, there has been some, Emily and Rachel, there's been some amazing stuff. In particular, there's been a lot of bioluminescence in the Monterey Bay of late. And larvaceans, which you folks, I don't know if we talked about larvaceans in here. Maybe we probably did when we talked about the Draculamares, the vampire squid. Larvaceans are those animals that make little mucus homes that gather up little bits of food. We did a chat with Ben Irwin from Mbari. If you folks watched that one where we talked about, and Katija, where we talked about larvacean mucus houses. Well, in the bay recently, if you've gone diving, there's been these little tiny larvaceans that have probably caught some of the bioluminescent plankton in them. And if you shake your hand with your light off, you can actually see the huge mucus house just light up with blue light. It's really pretty incredible. And there's also been a major squid run locally in Carmel that you can dive on and I've gone to see them, of squid reproducing and laying their eggs in the sand. It's really incredible stuff. I'm chaotic evil. Oh, I thought I was chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good.
I thought you were chaotic neutral too, but
at best.
Oh,
I'm stuck on bioluminescent snot house right now.
Yes, bioluminescent snot house. Yeah, if you're looking to decorate for the holidays next year, we can recommend maybe sneezing all over your house, billions of dinoflagellates that bioluminesce. That would be what larvaceans do, certainly. And so also when you had your lights shining on the squid to bring the squid over, you also had just billions of copepods, teeny tiny little crustaceans that you're going to, well, not exactly crustaceans, arthropods, and you're going to recognize the copepods as plankton from SpongeBob with just the one eye. So they're so small, but they're basically the potato chip of the ocean. So important for so many food webs. There were worms that were eating them and other shrimp that were gobbling them up while the squid were reproducing. I mean, just really amazing times in the Monterey Bay the last few days. Yeah. Dinoflagellates, not dinoflatulence. No, that's a smellier situation. Dinoflagellates. Let's get that in the chat here. Dinoflagellate there. Sorry, I don't know why I was in all caps, but I guess I yelled it after you, Emily.
Dinoflagellates.
Dinoflagellates. And dinoflagellates are an incredible organism because they're kind of part phytoplankton, part zooplankton. They'll eat diatoms, but they can also photosynthesize. They have more genetic material than we do. Really amazing organisms. Some of them are responsible for the harmful algal blooms that you may have heard about, and others are responsible for the bioluminescent oceans that you might see, especially down south, but also in the Monterey Bay at the moment.
Yeah. Pat, are you on your way?
I am on my way.
Are
Sorry.
you busy?
I got distracted.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
This is a beautiful night dive right now.
I'm coming. Oh, we got Snail God Supreme is listening to this while they go through ROV transect videos to collect data for a class. That is awesome.
That is really cool.
Wow.
Also, props on the name. Yeah.
Yeah, Snail God Supreme.
Supreme.
Is that a snail god but with sour cream and tomatoes?
And extra guacamole.
Extra guacamole. Exactly. Well, we're having a Baja blast with the puns, so thank you for being there, Snail God Supreme. Let's see. Oh yeah, Chicken Jordan Blue. Yeah, you're referencing. Yeah. We saw that over on Twitter. Yeah. If you want anything to know about gars and hybrids of alligator gars, follow Dr. Solomon David on Twitter. He is the gar king. Yeah. He's a garly guy, and talks a whole lot about gars over there. So yeah, if you want to get the facts on gars, Dr. Solomon David actually came to the aquarium a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, there's going to be the pun counter set up over at GDQ. Yes, that's awesome. Okay, I'm here, Emily.
Okay.
Where should I go swimming?
In the water.
Okay,
that's
where
what I recommend.
Thanks. Oh, in the water part?
Yeah. The wet part. The wet part of the island is
the wet part, place. Which, as many of you have pointed out, I'm sure in your personal lives, but isn't it always funny when people go shark-infested waters and just like, isn't that just where they live?
Isn't that just water?
Isn't that just a description of shark waters? It's like land-infested sand or sand-infested land.
Yeah, human-infested land?
Human-infested land.
Human-infested land.
Thank you, yes.
Ooh, bird-infested skies.
It's a mussel.
It is sorry. I if you want to talk about mussels, Rachel, by all means.
No, I just wanted to make jokes about, the strongest rock in the sea.
Yeah, it's the one with all the mussels on it.
Yeah, it's also the most bearded at this point. It's not a corona beard either. The mussels have what are known as byssal strands that they attach with a little projection of their foot. So mussels do have a little beard, and historically people actually took those byssal fibers, from the byssus gland, and they're golden in color. And people actually weaved golden bits of clothing with themselves to be more regal. So little bearded mussel friends there.
I forgot the name of the mussel that can be like 4 feet tall, but it has like so much byssal threads coming off of it, and they're so thick that you could weave it into a whole like cloak. If you Google that, it's amazing to see something made purely out of byssal fibers. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, pockets
Who do I get?
full.
Ooh, a tiger prawn.
Yay.
Cool. The difference between shrimp and prawns, supposedly, it has to do with overlapping of their shells and like how their feet are set up and other such things. But then we were also told by some shrimp and prawn scientists that there's really not that big of a difference, and that we don't need to worry too much about the difference between shrimp and prawns. Yeah. We found that out during Shrimp Week. I don't know if y'all remember Shrimp Week.
Shrimp Week.
Shrimp Weeks.
Shrimp Weeks.
That filter is still going over on Instagram in case anyone is a fan of the Instagram which blank are you filters. If you go to our Instagram profile, you can find the which shrimp are you filter that we made. It was a lot of fun. It was, yes. That. So you can find out if you're a shrimp, or shrimp.
Shrimps. Yeah, that was a great time. Some prawns and shrimps told us the difference. Yeah, no, that's not actually what happened there. But yeah, you can figure out if you're a shrimp, or a shrimp, which was a really great time.
It's very satisfying.
Let's see. Oh, Snail God Supreme, do we know how bad the zebra mussel infestation on the California coast has gotten? No, I'm not. I'm not personally aware. I don't know. Rachel, Emily, are you aware of the zebra mussel?
I'm not up to date on it. It's been several years since I looked into that, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah. One invasive species in the Monterey area that people are starting to notice, 1 or 2 individuals, but something to be very cognizant of is sargassum, which is more in Southern California. It's an invasive down there, and it can cause some issues in the kelp forest. So if you happen to know any research divers, or if you know species of algae and you're out here diving, if you see any sargassum, let people know. It would be very important for the scientists to track that. If you have not heard of an invasive species in the chat, invasive species are organisms that are moved over from different communities by people or human activity that can end up causing disruptions if they don't have predators, or if they can overwhelm the local populations. There can be a lot of disruptions. Probably the most famous marine invasive species at this point would maybe be the lionfish that you can find in this game as well, because those have been moved around to lots of different areas, and they don't have predators, and that can cause some problems.
Lionfish, aka the zebra turkey fish.
I love turkey fish.
Yeah.
They're just so beautiful.
Especially with a little bit of sea cranberry. Sorry. Okay. I'm at the upper edge of the map, by the way, Emily.
Okay.
Just looking around for
stuff. I'm down towards the bottom.
Found a few sea pineapples so far.
This game has way more invertebrates than I thought there would be.
Right? Isn't it the best game in the world, Rachel?
Oh, I'm very satisfied right now. Oh, sea grapes.
Sea grapes.
Which, if you found those next to a sheephead, you may have found the sea grapes of wrasse.
Oh.
I know that we made that joke last time, but it doesn't get old.
It never gets old, especially when people aren't expecting it. Like the Spanish Inquisition. That was quick, even by my standards. I'm patting myself on the back over here. Oh wait, I'm always on the back.
Oh no.
Yes. I appreciate Skittles Nest with the all caps. Ha ha.
Don't encourage him.
That's our Pascal. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Our terrible boy. I am catching so many sea grapes and acorn barnacles over here right now. All right, we're going to swim back to shore and empty our pockets a little bit more here.
Same here. Yeah, I've just caught a mantis shrimp. The Mandalay says, haha, it is funny.
Have you talked about barnacles yet on this stream?
We have.
We have a little bit, but go for it. It was I think that was our first invert that we caught. But Rachel, let the folks know what's going on with those barnacles.
Barnacles are just weird. I mean, you look at them, you're like, what am I looking at? Am I looking at a rock? Am I looking at a tiny volcano? Oh my God, it's erupting eyelashes. What is going on with this thing? It's a crustacean. And I love to talk to kids about this, just to think about it. It's like, imagine you're a tiny little crab, you're drifting around in the plankton, and then you settle down. But you decide to settle down by super gluing your head to hard substrate. But, first, as you're floating around, you go through a few molts. You get nice and fat, you eat in the plankton, and then you turn into a cyprid larvae, which is basically a nose flowing through the water. You don't eat anymore, and you're sniffing around for eau de barnacle, which is delicious. It means, other barnacles are living here, and I'm going to mate with them one day. So you swim over, super glue your head down to the ground. You build a little house around yourself, and then you stick your legs out the front door for the rest of your life to grab little bits of plankton and detritus that drips down. So you eat with your toes for the rest of your life. So I always ask kids, what's your favorite food? And imagine eating that while doing a headstand for the rest of your life with your toes.
Whoa.
Which is always kind of a fun thing to imagine. It's kind of bizarre. I just love them. And then they are both sexes at the same time, which is really cool too. Mm-hmm. And they mate with their neighbors by sticking their male organ out their front door, reaching over, and they knock on the door of someone next to them to be like, hello? Hey, would you like to mate? So polite.
Hi, your date is here.
Hello.
Well, part of me. We also mentioned that it is the longest male organ in proportion to body size known in the animal world. So that helps when you're stuck in place and you're not able to move around to go find more dating opportunities.
They're just fascinating, aren't they?
And I didn't realize that that meant that barnacles were always, if they had toast, it would always be toe jam that they're adding.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yep. So now we got that visual in mind.
I don't know if it's the visual
we needed that.
That we wanted, but it's the visual that we got.
It's the visual that we got.
It's a little salty and sweet at the same time.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yep.
So don't mind me. I'm just over here organizing my inventory.
Yeah, no, I had to go to shore and offload. It's really a little bit distressing that you can't release the organisms while you're out in the ocean, because it means that Animal Crossing has a built-in bycatch mechanic, which is not great. Bycatch, for those of you who aren't aware, is when you are in a fishing situation and you're looking for one specific organism, and you're catching a different organism that you were not aiming for. That is known as bycatch. And it's one of the reasons why many fisheries are not sustainable. Sustainable meaning that that you can have your fish and eat them too. You're not getting rid of your fish stock as you go. And so I wasn't doing anything.
Did I catch you in the act?
I wasn't doing anything.
I see the cherries on the ground.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I see them, Pat.
Oh,
they're right there. You can't just leave them there.
I was just talking. I wasn't.
Pat, my boy, you've left so many fruits just on the ground.
Only 2. I didn't want to take the rest. I was going to let you know.
And the peaches, too.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Millions of peaches. Only for me.
I came over here because I was like, oh, the people on the stream will want to see what Pat is doing. And now we really do want to see what Pat is doing.
But so anyway, bycatch is also what you saw in the stream there, where I left some of those fruit behind and off of the tree, which is symbolic of destroying the environment and throwing the organisms back out. But yeah, so that's part of the reason why certain types of fisheries like trawls, bottom trawls, are really problematic because they can destroy the environment where the fishes are found. As well as catch a whole bunch of species that you don't mean to catch, like corals and other organisms. And so that's bycatch is that term. And so in Animal Crossing, where you're catching the organisms that you're not looking for, and you can't release them right away, you have to bring them back to shore, and maybe they're not as happy. That would be terms of bycatch there. And yeah, see, it was just a learning moment, a teaching moment there, Emily. So, you know.
Where did you go, by the way?
I love that, like, nobody on stream believes.
No, never.
Justifying your chaos.
Exactly. Man.
I really did lose you, though, Pat.
Pascal, the little... Ooh, Magnus the Radical calling me Pascal the Water Goblin. I'm down with that. That's a cool name. Water Goblin. Oh, yeah, Emily, if you're looking for me, you'll never find me.
She's supposed to be looking for horseshoe crabs.
I am, but I also have to defend
isn't
my
Patrick
island.
supposed to be helping you do this thing?
I'm out diving. Looking for organisms that only come out at night. Is that what we were supposed to be doing, Emily, or was I supposed to be running around on the beach?
No, I was just trying to find
orchard.
you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not in the orchard. I'll never tell. I did just catch a moon jelly.
Oh.
What's great is that you don't know where I am, but I can watch the stream and I know where you are, Emily, so I can avoid
I know. I can use my newest emote.
Am I already back in the orchard because I was hiding in the ocean? You couldn't see me? You'll never know.
Sprinkle knew that I needed my newest emote, which is aggravation.
This is great stuff. Oh, hey, Mochi Myra. Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, a goblin shark. Yeah, that'd be pretty
That's
cool.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Goblin shark.
Wait, Magnus, you were going to call me a sewer shark? Okay. You were my best bud, and now I'm not so sure. Oh, I got a sea slug.
Okay, will you at least tell me if you are to the north or south?
Street sharks. Yes, those were the sewer sharks.
Southwest.
Oh, you really did run away from me.
Yes. I can't face authority, especially when you know my misdeeds. But I mean, I guess doing it, breaking the rules in front of 400 people online didn't do anything. But the idea that you would be angry at me on stream has made me swim away. Off we go. Looking for something fast.
You just ran past like a cat Power Ranger back there.
Oh, do you want to meet Anka? This is Anka.
Is there anything that comes out at night?
Oh, no, wait, you saw
Chad?
Kid Cat. You saw Kid Cat. That's the Power
Chad, is there anything
Ranger
that comes
you saw.
out at night besides the vampire squid in the water here?
Vampire squid, horseshoe crab.
Yeah.
Is the horseshoe crab on the beach or in the water?
Horseshoe crab is going to be in the water.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Emily.
What's up?
Get in the water and swim down into your right, so southwest. Or straight out to sea from where you were a little bit ago. Dang, I'm seeing you on the delay.
On a delay. Are you close to the net or closer to shore?
Very close to the net.
Okay.
Right next to the net.
Okay. I'm coming.
Yay. Little swim.
I did not realize that it actually animates Monterey like closing her mouth and taking a breath as she swims.
Oh, really?
Adorable.
Whoa.
Horseshoe crab.
Horseshoe crab, everybody.
Yay.
Look, we did it. Woo!
Oh,
Nothing
so
but net.
cute.
Yeah, we did it. It's a horseshoe crab, everybody. Now, I don't know what facts about the horseshoe crab Blathers has, but horseshoe crabs, not a crab.
Not a horseshoe.
Not a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Certainly don't throw this one towards a metal pole because you won't get any points if you do that. I mean, I think we can all take a turn sharing a good horseshoe crab fact. My favorite horseshoe crab fact is that you might know that the blood of horseshoe crabs is used for some chemicals that it has to help verify the purity of medicine before it goes into human consumption. So horseshoe crabs, a very, very old design of marine organism, but responsible for many advances in modern medicine. So thank a horseshoe crab the next time that you're looking at some medicine you might be taking there, because its purity and many clinical trials made possible thanks to horseshoe crabs. So awesome. Yes, they are copper-based blood. Yeah, hemocyanin instead of hemoglobin. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right, who else has got some horseshoe crab lore?
I got horseshoe crab
mine.
facts. Oh,
Their
sorry.
blood is hemocyanin. They have blue blood. They are aliens. And been in the fossil record for like hundreds of millions of years.
Yeah,
unchanged, right?
That's my fun fact. Is
Go
that
for it.
They've been around since before the dinosaurs. So I want to say that the earliest record of horseshoe crabs shows up in the fossil record about 450 million years ago. Might be a little bit sooner than that. Might be like 440 million years ago.
It's like 60 million years after, but like that's Nautilus territory
Yeah.
of how long they've been around. That's like six mass extinctions survived territory.
Yeah, so they've been around, and for the most part, the fossils look almost identical to the horseshoe crabs that we have today. So evolutionarily, they haven't really changed. Oftentimes you'll hear the phrase thrown around, living fossil, which is a bit of an oxymoron there. But if you were to use it, you could lump horseshoe crabs in with things like the coelacanths that we have here in Animal Crossing as well. But yeah, they're like 450 million years old was the earliest fossil records. So before even the dinosaurs, we got these little tanks. I love them.
That's right. Before there could be any dinoflagellates, you had these horseshoe crabs walking around beneath the starry skies of dinoflagellates. I think I brought it back there. Amazing. And I'm remembering from childhood that was there an episode, was it Reading Rainbow or was it Bill Nye the Science Guy? I think it was Reading Rainbow, where they visited the horseshoe crabs and we got to see them turn over with their tail. There was some show that had horseshoe crabs that would have been one of those PBS shows. Anyway, I remember hearing about these way back as a kid, and they just have only gotten cooler and cooler as we've gone.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this for the first time and saying, hey, that's a Pokemon, because isn't Kabuto based on...
Yeah, it is.
The horseshoe crab?
Yeah,
It's a living Pokemon.
Let's bring in that Pokemon lore here into the game. Rachel and I are going to Pokemon nerd out.
They flip over in game too, apparently. They flip over in game?
They do if you put them on the ground on the beach.
What?
They do. You can I don't know. It looks like you can rub their little tummies. It's very cute.
No.
Yeah. Go put it on the beach. If you can put it on the beach.
I don't think I can place it on the beach.
No. Well, we'll try and find another one and see if I can put it in the house. I was
go me.
Yay! Horseshoe crabs.
Excellent job. Very impressed.
Yes, they can help detect bacterial contamination. Yes.
Yeah.
With their blood.
And for any of you birders out there, they are also an incredibly important food source, especially on migratory routes over on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah, their eggs.
Yeah, their eggs are incredibly, incredibly important because shorebirds have basically evolved and adjusted their migrations to coincide with the peak of the horseshoe crab spawning. So if you're over there in the Delaware-ish area, Chesapeake Bay, East Coast during shorebird migration, and especially if you are a fan of red knots, the little shorebird red knots. We actually have red knots in the aviary at the aquarium. If you're a fan of those adorable little red knot burbs, their survival and their incredibly long distance migrations are powered by horseshoe crab eggs.
Emily.
Anyway. Yes.
I caught a second horseshoe crab.
Will you leave some of the horseshoe crabs for me, buddy?
I didn't mean to. I'm gonna release it.
No, you don't release it. You can. Oh, I just saw you release it from shore.
So go catch that one.
Oh wait, hold on. I have something swimming near me. Dive, Monty, dive. Allons-y. Did I get it? No, I just got an urchin. Womp womp.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's
Emily,
okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay. All right.
I caught an isopod. I'm living on a cloud right now.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care about
sorry, horseshoe crabs,
I don't care about your horseshoe crab. I
isopod.
don't care about your clam. I got the isopods. So
Maybe I should go fishing and see if we can catch some interesting nightlife.
do you think that if something happens to one of the very sharp feet that an isopod has, it has to go to an isopodiatrist?
Oh. Potentially. Well, definitely you'd have to put some ice on that pod.
Yeah.
That's a whelk.
I also just realized that with the pun counter, I press it when we say the puns here on stream, but because of the delay, oftentimes I guess it pre-warns people that there is a bad joke coming.
But there's a pun coming.
There's a
That's
pun,
awesome.
incoming pun. I didn't think about that until just now.
Emily, I loved that whelk shell that you could actually see the canal where the proboscis would come down through.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about whelks? We named ours Lawrence, so we have Lawrence whelk.
Lawrence whelk. I
The
love
whelk of
whelks.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Got a lot to say.
Oh, what is that? A sea pineapple?
A sea
What is
pineapple.
that?
It's a type of tunicate.
It's a
Rachel.
type of tunicate.
Yeah.
Okay, so in chat currently over on Twitch, there's a little bit of discussion about whether or not you pee on stuff that stings you in the ocean. So let's just clear that up real quick. Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Please don't.
No.
yeah, the short story is that there's no need to pee on a sting that you have because there is not enough warm urine on hand to help in any way from the type of sting that you might be using that for. That's often referred to peeing on a jellyfish sting. The idea being is that there's enough ammonia in your urine that you would be able to help neutralize some of the stinging cells. That is not really the case. There's a little bit of pain relief that happens because of the warmth, and warm water is a good way to help lower the pain of stings from jellies in particular. But what I recommend all of you folks do is go over to the Divers Alert Network or DAN website. DAN will let you know what to do, and it's always changing based off of new data for what to do with particular bites. But the biggest thing is that depending on if you were stung by a box jelly or a regular jelly, you're going to want to use ammonia or not. I believe, if I remember correctly, that if you were stung by a box jelly, don't use ammonia because you could actually release more of the stinging cells. But in general, you want to clean off the tentacle and you want to wash that area with a little bit of the water that you were stung in, and then hot water, as much hot water as you can handle, or as hot of water as you can handle. Don't burn yourself.
Without burning yourself.
You don't want to put ice on it because, and especially with a sting from a stingray or something like that, if you put ice on it, you're going to freeze the venom, and then when it thaws, you'll get stung all over again. So hot water there as well. Vinegar works.
Basically, you just want to,
That's what I mean for ammonia. Vinegar you'll want to put on there. That can really help, but mainly getting the tentacle off, some vinegar to deactivate, and then rinsing that area clean.
Yeah, you want to denature. Yeah, vinegar. You want to denature the proteins that are in the toxin. That's what's causing you the pain right there. And so, hot water does that. Vinegar does that. Acids do that. So. That's why it's recommended that you use vinegar or hot water to do that.
Yeah, meat tenderizer is another one that people have offered to use. But sorry, I kept saying ammonia. I was stuck on that. That was the idea behind the urine. Don't use urine.
Don't use urine. Because
worst
then
day
it's just
ever.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't do that.
If a friend's like, "Oh, I'll pee on your sting," say no, because you've been stung. If they pee on you, sometimes it could sting more, so you're being stung more. And you've been peed on by a friend, so like none of that's good.
Yeah, that's just a double whammy.
There's a couple of stories that go around the internet of how someone was stung in the face, and then the boat took it on themselves to try to help them out, and how it changed everybody. So, vinegar is the way. But please go to Divers Alert Network or Dan, and they'll have the latest on it of whether or not you should be using vinegar on certain types of jellyfish things. They're always updating based off the people getting stung and what was done there. So
and as someone who has been stung by a ray before, hot water is the way to go.
Such hot water.
And I've been stung in the face by sea nettles here in the Monterey Bay, and I can tell you it is not pleasant, but the warm shower is what really helps there.
There's a great photo of you that I found on the internet, like with your lip super swollen after being stung by a nettle.
I would call sea nettles a free collagen implant animal. There's no reason to spend that much money on
free lip fillers,
luscious
right
lips.
there.
You can just get stung by a jelly. It's painful, but if that's the look that you're going for, it's gonna be painful no matter what. Lophius Dragon is wondering if we're almost wrapped up here, because it might be dinner time in certain areas. How much longer do we feel like going, Rachel and Emily?
Little while longer. Go for the full 2 hours, maybe 10 more minutes of streaming.
To 5:30.
What time is it?
Me.
Yeah, so just to help folks at home, it might be timing themselves. Yeah, we'll go full 2 hours here.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh, I want Envenomation stories now. I know you must have a couple,
is that?
I have a couple.
Is that a sock? That's a sock story.
That is Emily, a sock story.
Emily, we should head over to the sock. And tell some Envenomation stories. What do we think?
I'm gonna check this to see if it's a horseshoe crab, and if it's not, then we'll head over to the sock. It's not gonna be a horseshoe crab. I know this. I can feel it in my soul already. Yep, it's just an urchin. Okay.
I'm sorry I caught the other one, Emily.
That's okay, buddy. It's okay. I got an isopod.
I mean to. I'm sorry about the fruit. I feel like
that I don't forgive.
No, I'm not. No, you're right.
You're not sorry at all.
Lie.
Sorry, not sorry.
Blatant lies on stream. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Fun facts for the followers. I decided against where are you going? Or are we gonna go
sock.
to the real one in the museum? Okay.
I was thinking we go to the real sock, because we have retired the former name.
Yes.
And
yeah, it's true. When we did the switcheroo, the switch up of the emotes here on Twitch for y'all, I decided against taking down the "oh buoy" emote to fix the typo that I had in the Twitch code for it, in favor of leaving that in there for all of you and re-uploading it with the correct spelling. That was the whoopsie on my point that happened when we first got emotes, and I was so excited about them.
Magnus, yes, I'm the same Pat that dives in the kelp forest and does the feeding there. So the chaotic evil brought to the kelp forest. Yeah, same thing. That's why when I'm diving, I'm just a rascal, because that's just keeps happening. You've got some kudos there, Emily, from from the nunchuck friend there. The decor outside the museum is immaculate.
Immaculate. Love it.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. So everybody, we're currently sitting on what is known as the sock.
The sock.
If you are aware of the former name, we can no longer use it in the chat. Our innocence was broken. So don't put it in the chat. Everybody who might know what it is, because we can't use it anymore. It is called the sock now. This is the Seat of Curséd Knowledge. Is we're sitting on. It's always been that name. It's never been any other name.
Yes.
This is the sock.
Absolutely.
Welcome, everybody. If you've got some smelly socks, bring them to us so that we can inhale deeply the horrible, horrible stories that the Seat of Curséd Knowledge.
And yes, Editor Deb, we are going to sock it to you.
Special edition, Rachel, Envenomations.
Woo!
Let's hear it. What's your Envenomation story?
Oh gosh, which one to choose from is the question.
Oh man, there's more than one.
Yeah, well,
if you don't have more than one, then
with jellies for like 3 years, volunteered, and so I've been stung by every species of jelly we have at the aquarium, but I don't think that's particularly interesting. And I have my bat ray envenomation and red octopus.
Oh, I kind of want to hear both.
Yeah,
honestly.
Okay.
Oh, time to air the laundry. It's
it's
time to air the gross biology laundry. It's the sock.
It's the sock.
Okay. Well, I'll start with bat ray because I think that's the fun one. So I used to work on a research vessel where we would take children out on field trips, and we would catch bat rays in the San Francisco Bay, and then we would release them after the kids got to look at them. Now, it's really hard if you use a net to catch bat rays, because they can get tangled with their barb that they have at the base of their tail. That's like a serrated steak knife. It gets caught in the net, so then you have to kind of shake them out, and you have to be very careful not to be punctured by the defensive barb at the base of the tail. So I had a bunch of 5th graders, and I was talking to them while trying to shake this baby bat ray out of the net, and I wasn't paying very good attention, and I actually pulled it backwards into my palm.
Oh.
And since it's serrated like a steak knife, it takes a little bit of flesh with it as it goes.
Oh.
And the venom that it delivers is protein based. So it's a neurotoxin. My hand instantly started burning, but I put it behind my back because I didn't want the 5th graders to see. So I started, chatting with the kids. Oh, it's fine. Flesh wound. Ha, ha, ha. I'm like, bat rays are really wonderful. They're just flat sharks. La, 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 la. And the captain comes running down because envenomations are a big deal. So he sent me away, and I started the kettle boiling because you need to have water as hot as you can possibly stand, right? And so I have to then flush out the wound. And I know a lot of people who had been envenomated before and just like end up on the floor, curled up in pain, writhing. That didn't happen to me. I just lost the feeling in my dominant hand.
Oh, no.
After flushing out the wound, and then get back to land, fill out an incident report. And at that evening, I couldn't like open or close my hand. It was pretty awful. But that weekend, I also went to wine country and shortly forgot about my hand after that. So it all ended up all right. Wow. And I don't have bat ray powers.
But I was gonna say, this is when you started being able to communicate with all things flattened in nature. Was this
exactly.
Was this envenomation? Yeah.
You know, I actually go out to the ocean and I go na 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 bat ray, and they all come to me.
They all just
show up.
breach out of the water.
Yeah, you shine. I think probably the worst side effect that I heard that you had, Rachel, and let me know if you can confirm this, is every time that you turn on a flashlight, there just happens to be a bat ray shadow in it, no matter what. So you're always kind of missing the bat ray in the middle of your flashlights. Yeah, it can be.
They're just not that helpful anymore for me. That bat ray just right in the middle.
Just bat ray signals everywhere.
Yeah, and I see somebody asked if I had a cool scar. Jay Homefry. No cool scar, unfortunately. It healed up pretty quickly. It was just really, really painful.
Wow. Yep. That's gnarly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is the type of dirty laundry you can expect to be aired out here on the Seat of Curséd Knowledge. It's sock time.
It's sock time.
Sock it to him. Emily, your turn. Envenomations.
Yeah, I mean, mine is very, very similar to Rachel's, believe it or not. So this was in college when I was a TA. I helped teach the marine biology course at my university at U of A, University of Arizona, down in Tucson. Shout out to my fellow desert dwellers down there. But of course, teaching a marine biology class in the middle of a desert doesn't always work out. So for us, we actually had to travel a little ways to our closest ocean. Our closest ocean happens to be in Mexico. So we would head just south of Puerto Penasco, Mexico, to a research station down there. We bring the kids there. I say kids, college kids. There for a weekend trip. So we would be there from Friday through Sunday, and we would take them out tide pooling. We would take them bird watching. I would take them bird watching. Let's let's be honest here.
Right.
I would take them bird watching. A couple of our grad TAs were big birders, and when I took the class, that's actually how I got into birding. So I wanted to carry on that tradition and take the rest of the students birding every time I was leading the crew out there. So of course you arrive there. It's Friday afternoon, and first thing that you do with the students is you take them out because you're going to be tide pooling all weekend long. And for many of the students, this was their first time encountering the ocean. So we always started out with a basic kind of ethics of tide pooling lesson for them. So if you flip over a rock, make sure that you put it back the way you found it, things like that. And in particular, because we were in the northern Gulf of California, there were many different areas that we would go tide pooling, and one of them happened to be during the big king tides that would happen, where you have a very, very, very high tide, but you also have incredibly low tides. And so the water would go out on this sandy flat for almost a mile, where it would normally be underwater, and you could walk in like 2 or 3 inches of water instead. And so we would take them out there and see what we could find. You could find, all different kinds of amazing animals. You could see bioluminescence in the water out there. And every now and then we would be able to spot rays. You have this big sandy flat that you're walking on. And so we teach them the Stingray Shuffle, which Rachel, you're familiar with the Stingray Shuffle, yes?
Absolutely. One of my favorite dances.
Yes, it's the best dance in the world. It's a favored dance of scientists everywhere, where when you're walking along those big sandy flats, or even like if you're at the beach and going swimming, instead of picking up your feet and kind of stomping through the water, if you're going swimming out there, it's always best instead to shuffle your feet along the bottom. That way it lets any rays and other animals around there know, hey, there's something in this area. And most of the time they're going to swim away. They're going to get out of the area because they don't want to be near you. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to, risk getting stepped on or anything like that. And so they'll swim away, and then you don't risk the chance of accidentally stepping on a ray out there. So anyway, we're out in the middle of nowhere. The closest place to us is probably about a 30-minute drive into town, out along this big sand flat, this big sandbar, looking for octopus and sand dollars and you name it out there. And it's nighttime. We all have our headlamps on, and I'm giving the students their ethics lesson of, what to do when we're on the sand flat, and demonstrating the Stingray Shuffle and demonstrating what not to do in the water. And as I am demonstrating what not to do in the water, there happened to be a ray right underneath my foot.
No.
I don't quite know which species. I'm pretty sure it was a species of round ray down there. But I mean, it was a perfect lesson in why you do the Stingray Shuffle, because as I picked up my foot and set it down on an area that I did not do the Stingray Shuffle in, immediately a tail whapped up and stung me right in the ankle.
Wow.
I of course did not want to let the students know that this has happened. So I send them off on their merry way, standing there in place as my entire leg starts to go numb. Just in incredible pain, just rooted to the spot, and just very casually call over our professor, who, first of all, was the most the most incredible woman on the face of the planet. Like, she had been like bitten by a rabid bobcat before, and like that's a whole story for another time. But anyway, she I called her over, and was just like, just so you know, I can't feel my leg right now. I got stung by a ray. She's like, okay, we're gonna get through this. And so I had to have one of the other TAs in the class kind of be a crutch for me as I kind of, with one leg walked and the other leg just kind of flopping around behind me there, got back to one of our trucks and drove 20 minutes to the closest restaurant. We were about 30 minutes away from where we were camping, 20 minutes to the closest restaurant, and desperately begged for hot water from them there.
Wow.
That I could stick my foot in until we could get back to our campsite. But yeah, so very, very similar. Oh no, my controller went to sleep again. Oh gosh. Okay. It'll wake up. It'll be fine. Okay, we made it. It's good. So yeah, very, very similar to Rachel. You do it for the students. You do it for the kids.
You do it for the students. Maybe that's why we instantly became friends when we met. When we were interviewing, we felt like the Ray connection.
We did. We had that. We have the same venom flowing through our bloods.
Exactly.
It's true. In fact, Rachel, that wasn't even your name to begin with. It became
Rachel.
I know, it was just Chol before.
Or it was the in your deep sleep you'd say, Ray, chill, don't sting me, and it ended up becoming
Rachel. No,
Rachel. There we go.
I think he just came up with my avatar's name whenever I get one.
Rachel.
That's awesome.
I like it. Yeah.
So Emily, I sent you in our Zoom chat here that we're chatting over. I sent you an image.
Okay.
I don't know if you're able to pull it up, but for my contribution to the sock.
All right. Give me a second.
The sock talk.
The sock talk. As we sock it to them.
And yeah, Lophius Dragon, you just joined us back in. Yeah, we Rachel and Emily both just shared some of their Envenomation stories. Envenomation, by the way, is the way to tell the difference if you're wondering if something venomous or something poisonous. Something is venomous if it's injecting it into you, like a viper with its fangs, and a poisonous organism is something where you consume it and then you become poisoned, like if you were to try to eat a poisoned dart frog or lick the back of a toad. It is not shooting anything into you. So that's the difference between venom and poison there. So my particular Envenomation story that I'd like to share as Emily pulls it up is I've mentioned a few times that I've been stung in the face by jellies. There was a night dive that I did many years ago back in 2012. It was my first night dive out to this barge that's out in the Monterey Bay.
I just saw the picture. I just opened up the picture.
Yeah.
Isn't it horrifying?
So wait for it, Emily, before we pull it up. We'll do a big reveal. So I was swimming with some friends. My friends got me set up with big enough tanks to be able to go out there, and it kind of felt like a very special, like, okay, I need to go on this. And we had heard big reports of jellies out there, and I was like, okay, well, they're probably not going to be that many. And so we swim out at night over to this line that leads out to the barge, and we drop down, and immediately we're dropping down to about 45 feet. And on the way down, all three of us, unbeknownst to the three of us, but all three of us get stung so hard in the face. And if you're diving out in the Monterey Bay, you have a thick hood and a mask over your face. So really the only place that you can get stung is your forehead, your cheeks, and your lips that are wrapped around your regulator. And so I had a jellyfish wrap itself around my regulator and sting me all underneath my nose and the underside of my lips and on my lips. And this was within the first 15 seconds of the dive. And so we get to the bottom, everything is horrible. And the way that a sea nettle feels, it's the same ones that you see in our jelly cam, everybody. The way that a sea nettle feels when it stings you is it's sort of like there's a metallic taste, and it's like a bee sting followed by too much hot sauce and sort of a throbbing, like it's electricity. Like it's all of these different, it's this pulsating, just increasingly uncomfortable electric burn feeling, and it tastes metallic. It's like this really weird thing. So just like if you eat extremely hot sauce, and that can also start tasting metallic, I think that's maybe just your mouth going into full-blown retreat from the situation without it being able to go anywhere. And so we hit the sand. All of us are in pain, but none of us are communicating that to anybody else because we figure everyone's looking good on the bottom. We all give ourselves the okay, and we start swimming into the darkness for 20 minutes at depth. And all of us are being stung every 5 minutes or so by an invisible jellyfish that you would just turn your head and it would just rake across your face. And we got out to the barge. We looked around and all of us had to turn around and we swim back in. And it was 80 minutes underwater of being stung every 5 minutes like a fresh new jellyfish to the face. And we all surfaced and all of us said simultaneously in some fashion with expletives, "That was the worst dive I've ever done. I never want to go out there ever again. Whose idea was this?" And we all swam into shore just in so much pain, not talking to each other anymore, and realizing that we probably should have communicated that we should have called the dive immediately with how many jellies there were. So Emily, if you have the image queued up, this is Pat, your terrible boy, having one of the worst nights of his life at that time.
There was a request for trooper support during this.
My gosh, your mouth.
That is an unhappy boy.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have very luscious lips, though.
Yes. So you can see how under the hair, it's all red. So my entire forehead was stung into oblivion. My eyes are bloodshot from the pain, but that's basically the clear part. But then you can see just beneath my nose how swollen everything else is. And so the story gets slightly worse in that there were jellyfish tentacles all over my wetsuit as well.
Oh, no.
And so in taking off my wetsuit, especially the legs of my wetsuit, because it was a two-part suit there, I took the legs off of the wetsuit, and as I stepped through, I stung my inner thigh as well with a tentacle that was left over on the suit. And so that is your Seat of Curséd Knowledge Envenomation edition from your boy Pat diving in the Monterey Bay with some sea nettles. Aptly named the sea nettle.
I'm in pain looking at this picture.
And we can take it down now. That's pretty
buddy.
intense there.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, and Sarah, Mod Sarah here is also an ardent diver in the Monterey Bay, and has had the job of cleaning boats in the harbors. And when there are jellies and the boat needs to be cleaned, you still need to get in. Yep. So there you go. So we have got a few people over on YouTube and on Twitch where it's 1 a.m. where you happen to be, and we apologize if you're not able to sleep.
Sorry about that.
But
we have. I'm sure that we can share many more stories.
So many more
of injuries that have happened in the name of science and wildlife and
outdoor education.
Yeah, outdoor education. I'll save the time that I was electrocuted trying to save a hawk for another
Whoa.
time.
How similar was it to Jurassic Park when they turn on the fence?
Oh, yeah.
Very, very similar.
Wow.
Looking forward to that one.
So we'll save that one.
Let's start next.
We'll save Rachel's jelly
that.
stinging stories.
And my red octopus one.
And
I'm
the
so
red
excited
octopus
to talk
one.
about all these extra limbs I now have from that octopus.
You have the blessing of cute Thulu from
yes,
that
exactly.
there.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the sock extreme educator edition.
Right. We can bunch this sock up and throw it to the corner until next week. But that's wow. I'm like, I just feel so many emotions thinking about your Envenomations.
I know.
Emily,
looking at that picture,
I know what
though,
it feels
Pat.
like.
You know the burn.
Picture.
It's so painful.
That was a good addition.
Gosh, but your lips. I mean, like, anything on your face is just.
And so what ended up happening after that is that I had lumps in my lips for like a few weeks afterwards, just like weird hardened parts of my lips that didn't like. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I would have weird lumps in my lips where it looked like I'd been punched in the face. So I was at work.
Collagen injection gone bad.
Right. No, I was at work at the aquarium and like it'd be in the main entrance and people would come in and be like, hey, and I was like, hi, how can I help you? And they'd be like, hi, it's and they would just stare at my face and be like, where can I find the fish? Like right over here. And they'd walk away like,
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a good sock.
That was a good sock.
I am pleased.
I like how I'm just standing awkwardly
behind me. I wouldn't say awkward. I would say
it
was more threatening than awkward.
Oh, you choose to come to the museum, do you?
I was born in the museum. Excellent. Well, I was about to say it's 10:30. It's not 10:30. It's 5:30. Which is when we said that we were gonna go to. We did it. You all.
Great
job.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, that was kind of cathartic to get all of those. I feel closer to all of you right now.
Certainly. I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for going through yet another, as they would say on Car Talk, for wasting another perfectly good 2 hours of your life hanging out with all of us here on the Monterey Bay live stream. If you weren't here at the beginning or midway through, we did want to reiterate the fantastic announcement that we will be playing or we will be commentating and spectating some Games Done Quick GDQ next week. So stay tuned on our social media feeds for the full schedule. But GDQ muffins. Let's get some W's there for muffins.
GDQ hype.
Some hype. We're so excited for that next week. So definitely stay tuned on our Twitch. We'll be hosting their game. Also, obviously, go and watch them over on GDQ. That's a really fun thing, and we're so excited for that next week. It's going to be awesome.
More details on that can be found on GDQ's Twitter. They tweeted out the schedule today. Again, we're going to be commenting on Monday through Friday's streams. Saturday and Sunday is going to be a whole new world over there on GDQ for them, playing some different games. So we won't be there on Saturday and Sunday, but Monday through Friday, that's when you'll have us. And it's going to be so much fun. I'm very excited for it. Cool. Well, we'll do our normal wrap up here.
Rachel.
Thanks
for being there.
Yay,
Woo!
Rachel.
I love being here. This is so much fun. Thanks for playing.
We're so glad that you joined us.
I'm always happy to be here. Talk about venom.
Talk about isopods. Talk about venom. Talk about horseshoe crabs. It was a good day.
Barnacles.
It's a good Friday.
Polite barnacles.
Polite barnacles knocking with their male sexual reproductive organs on their neighbors' doors.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Hello. Oh goodness. A wonderful stream. A punderful stream. It was a lovely time having all of you here in the chat over on Twitch and on YouTube. As always, if you want to support the aquarium, we can't thank all of our subscribers. That's the word I was going for. Over there on Twitch, all of the subscriptions and bits all go directly to help support the aquarium, especially right now while we still remain closed due to COVID-19 and keeping everyone safe. Every little bit helps. If you happen to have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to our channel for free with a Twitch Prime account. I dropped that link for more information in the chat there. You can get some sweet merch in the shop. You can do so many cool things to help support us right now, including just hanging out and learning about the terrible pain that all three of us have been in before. An excellent way, an excellent show of support there. We, like we said at the beginning of the stream, next week over here on Twitch, we'll have our webcams running at the normal time in the morning, and then we'll be hosting GDQ on the channel in the afternoons so that you can watch us and all of the shenanigans that will happen over there in the afternoons and the evenings. And then we'll be back to kind of a normal week the week after. I think we have some cool things lined up that week. But I think that's about it. Rachel, Pat, it's been wonderful. I hope that you both have wonderful weekends.
Thank you.
And as always, for everyone tuning in right now, I hope that you are being kind to yourselves. Remember to be kind to each other. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
GG Gups.
GG Gups.